Pesty. Okay. So I'm looking at the settings for Path of Exile here, and there doesn't appear to be a lot of adjustments that I can make for accessibility. Under UI, chat font size can only be made smaller. Don't I don't see any options to highlight my character. Like in Diablo 4. Still going through the settings, but I don't think we're going to have any luck in that department. Okay, yep. So that's a no-go on any type of highlighting, accessibility features, making the font bigger. We'll have to deal with what we got. So, as a basic introduction, the way that Path of Exile works is abilities are controlled by your gems. So, this is I think I'm a level 2. You start off on the beach. and you don't have, and you pick up a wand. I picked up a wand that had two sockets, and then I was able to replace that with a 3 socket. I killed the guy, and he dropped a gem called Fireball. So the gems have different colors. Now, I don't have, since this is a seasonal character, the stash is shared with my other seasonal character that I'm playing with, Zach. But I don't have access to my all the goodies from my normal world. So the gems come in different colors. Actually, I can show you some more gems.
What little help I can offer is.
So these are the gems that she currently has for sale. As you level up, and she will have more different gems to sell. Right now, she's only got blue and greens. So when I got that blue gem, I socketed it in my weapon. And the sockets have links, so you can get, this is like an active skill gem. This is Fireball. So we look down here at my action bar. I take all my gems out. The only thing I have is the default attack from the wand, and that's pretty puny. So when I take this Fireball gem and put it in my wand, now I don't have to put it in my wand. I can put it in any blue socket. But your weapon, as you get higher weapons, you can end up getting a weapon that's got 6 sockets. And all 3 of these blue sockets are linked, meaning that if I put this Fireball in there, I now have Fireball available on my action bar. And then I can reassign those. So we have left mouse, middle mouse, right mouse, and then on the keyboard I can Q, W, E, R, and T. You can also have passive abilities that have auras. I'll cover that later. That you can activate, but you don't have to eat up one of your action bars. So when you have a Fireball like this, I can go out in the world and right click and it'll cast the Fireball. And if we hover over this, you'll see that it costs 6 mana. And I have 78 mana. So mana regens slowly, and then you can get stats and talents that improve that recovery rate. So we got a Fireball. It casts a Fireball. It deals 9 to 14 damage, and it has a 25% chance to ignite the enemies. So the gems have levels. Right now this is a level 1 gem, and you can see that the gem is 63 out of 70, meaning it's almost level 2. So you put a gem in your weapon and you have access to that ability, Fireball. And there are things called support gems. So to be able to support a gem, the gem socket in the weapon has to be linked. You can get gear that has gem sockets without the link. And that just means that you can't support another gem unless they're linked. So this is Fireball. And then I got this Arcane Surge support gem. And if we hover over it, you'll notice up here, it says supportable skills, checkmark green, Fireball. So that's letting me know that if I put that gem in a linked socket, it's going to support the Fireball. And what it'll do is I gain a buff called Arcane Surge if I spend a total of 15 mana on the supported skill. So I put that up there, and now it's supporting my Fireball. So Fireball costs 6 mana. So if I cast it 3 times, it's going to meet the criteria to get that Arcane Surge. When I get that Arcane Surge, it increases It only lasts for 4 seconds, but it increases the cast speed and increases my mana regen. And I've also noticed that and I guess that's just a coincidence. Oh, and the spell does 10% more spell damage. And you can see here that it also has a level bar. So all gems can be leveled up. This skill is raised zombie. Now I could put that here, but um, if I take that out of here, it's also going to support the raised zombie. So if I spend mana on which costs 10 mana to raise a zombie, if I cast raise zombie twice, it's going to activate that arcane surge. Now there's lots of gems, and so here's some of the gems that the lady is selling. Um, so I've got a fireball, and it looks like I could also get a fire orb that deals area damage, and it rolls around on the ground. There's a freezing projectile skill that I could get, lightning tendrils. So there's lots of different spells and abilities, and there's lots of different types of support gems. Like this is so this is an active ability, and it costs 2 mana. It applies a debuff to enemies in front of you, which deal chaos damage over time. Enemies who aren't already debuffed by Blight are also hindered for a shorter secondary duration, slowing their movement. Continued channeling adds layers of damage to the debuff, each with their own duration. And then, so some of the support spells that I've seen are like duplicate. You shoot one fireball. By the default, you put a duplicate, like or a split gem that supports it, and then you shoot two fireballs. But a lot of times that it'll also increase the mana cost, or it'll reduce the damage of the fireball, each fireball by 20%. But because you're shooting two of them, you end up with a net gain in damage. So there's lots of different types of gems, lots of different types of support gems. The talent tree is very involved. So each character starts, I started as a witch, and this is my starting point. So when I got to level 2, I got a talent point, and I put it in this first available slot, and this increased my spell damage and gave me 16 more mana. So as I level up, I go through the talent tree to get more abilities. Uh, Increase in damage, more health, the ability to power up your minions. Like the skills are done by the gems. The talent tree makes your skills stronger, and increases your resistances, increases your health, your mana regen, your health regen, shields, and the reason it's Path of Exiles is that as you level up, you're taking a path through this very involved tree. But because it's very involved, there's a lot of flexibility. And since each character starts at their own spot, the characters that are at the top, the bottom, um, are considered core characters, and then I think that they're the ones that are off here to the side are kind of like hybrids. There's also this thing called a scion that you can unlock to start here in the middle, and I have the scion unlocked, but I've not played a scion yet. So this middle part of the tree, I don't know about. So there's also, there's level build guides that you can get to tell you basically which talents to take, which gear items to look for a particular play style. And there is a tool, and I'm gonna add it here to the screen, called Path of Build. So I'm gonna activate that now. I just need to figure it out here. Okay, OBS OBS crashed there, so oops. Okay, I think I got it figured out here. Okay, so there's a program called Path of Build that you can run on your computer that will basically walk you through the steps on the level up. And I haven't used it in a while, so I'm a bit rusty. But so this is the full bit the full build at max level or near max level, level 90. So I need to set the level lower. And like it's been over a year since I've messed with this, so bear with me as I figure out what the hell I'm doing. Because it has, I should be able to set the level because you start out here and you work your way out. But I don't know which way to go first. Do I go left or do I fill this in and then come back here and go that way? Sometimes you'll go this way for a little bit and then spend points here and you can bounce back and forth. Well, I I won't worry about that right now. I'll just wing it. But it also this app will help you what skills you you want to look for and use for the build. Like some of the minions, race specter, and this is a low budget, meaning that the items aren't going to be expensive. Either find them yourself or use the trading system. And I'm still. It tells you uh, items to be on the lookout, and it also, if you look in the middle there, that wand is a blue, blue, blue. And you see how it has to equal B equal B equal B. That just shows you that it's linked, and that the stats on this wand increase the damage of your minions. So that's why they're recommending that. And a four blue socket crown, chest piece. You want all red. And gloves, and you can see how this helps you look at an item that drops and then determine if it's something you want to use. And the game also has this thing called loot filters where you can import and set up where when an item drops, if it doesn't meet your loot filter, it won't show up on the ground. I mean, you'll see it, but it won't be highlighted. It won't have the name. So it makes it real easy that when you're farming and running through and clearing a map, if it drops and is visible, it's worthy of picking up, and it's a possible upgrade. Otherwise, when there's so much stuff that drops, and your inventory space on your character is so limited, you'd be picking everything up, you're going to run out of space so quick. So that's the advantage of loot filters. I'm not exactly sure what SIS is. So this is a guide for the gear. And these are the skills that you're looking for. Calculation stuff. So I have this app on my second monitor, And this will help me. That app helps me level up. Um, Stash space. So when you start the game, it's free to play. They'll give you so many stash, and so each different item uses different number of stash blocks, and then you can purchase as a microtransaction the packs. And so at one point, I purchased more tabs, and you can name the tabs what you want. So you can see here, I called this chest because on my eternal realm or normal world standard, this is where I was keeping all the chest pieces that were dropping, and then weapons. And then last year, when I was last playing, I purchased the jewelry expansion. So you get a jewelry tab with 3 sub tabs. So, and this helps me store all the little doodads you get for selling gear. And these items do different things. Like Orb of Alteration will reforge a magic item with a new random modifier. Like this. So I believe this is a blue, and it's got a modifier of 10% increased spell damage. So if I took the gems out of this, I believe I could click on the Orb of Alteration and it would re-roll the stat on that. Now I don't want to waste this ability on a low level item because it has a stat that's useful for me, 10% more damage. Um, this will reforge the color of sockets on an item. And I think it'll change it. I think it might be random. I'm not. It's been so long since I actually used one of these on a real item that I'm a little fuzzy. So I think it's random. Now this will upgrade a normal item to a magic item. And then this one is a shard. When I get 20 of them, it turns into an orb of transmutation, which is one of these. And I've got 9 of those. So I think this is considered a magic item, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm willing to experiment here. Okay. So apparently that was a normal item, and it did upgrade it, and it gave me more accuracy. Scroll of Wisdom, which is used for identifying items. So it's always good to keep those with you. I ignored that guy. He's selling real money services or whatever. It's annoying. Uh, so down here is your flask slots. You get 5 of them. You can kind of customize what you want wear. So this is a larger flask, 70 mana. This only holds 50 mana. And you can see when you hover over it, when you kill mobs, it recharges these items. And there's health flasks, there's mana flasks, there's also flasks that'll increase your elemental resistances. There's flasks that will increase your run speed. So you have some flexibility here on what flasks you run. Depending on your build and your play style. Unlike Diablo, where you have a heal flask and oh well, you don't have um, in Diablo 4 you have the potion charges that heal you, and then you can get gear stats that will also give you some of your resource back when you heal. But in this game, it's separated into categories. Now, this item here I can't use till I get to level 3. So back to some of the other items. Let's see here. We got an Orbit Chance. Upgraded normal item to a random rarity. So I think that it'll upgrade it, and there's a chance to upgrade it to magical, rare, legendary. This Orb of Augmentation augments a magic item with a new random modifier. I believe you used one of these, and if I used it on my wand, it could change that plus 105 accuracy rating to something else. There's silver coin. This is new. I don't recall this being in when I played a year ago. And it's something to do with creating a portal, uh, either from town where I'm at now or your hideout. And it has something to do with this Halls of the Dead. This is part of the seasonal mechanic. And I don't know what it does. Zach and I were going to give it a try once we got a little higher level and some more gear. Um, this is just a green gem that I'd gotten on my uh, archer, hunter, whatever, my range character that I'm playing with Zach. Now, actually, I think I can. So the gems have their own um, tab, and it'll keep them, and it will display them based on their level number. So this makes it real handy. When you start collecting a bunch of gems, you can see what your levels are. And one of the ways to make currency or is you can level gems for other classes, other characters, and then get on the tradings and you know sell your leveled up gem to somebody, save somebody some time, and then they'll give you the the currency. So I believe these are the default tabs. This stash, notice how its squares on this are a lot smaller. So you can fit a lot more items here. And I'm sure I got that when I bought that pack. I got a year ago. I spent $20 for 200 points, and then this is the shop, and so there's lots of various things that you can buy, but they're either cosmetic or their quality of life, like stash tabs. So I bought when I got those 200 points, I spent 80 of those points. I still have 20 left. So I bought a gem stash tab, and I probably bought maybe the flash tab, flask. Yeah. So, so by having these specific tabs, I can store lots of these, and they don't eat up my normal stash space. You can also buy. Uh, the game has when you get higher, you can get a hideout, and so a hideout is kind of like your own personal space, and you can place down certain items, a crafting table, a map table. Maps are kind of like nightmare dungeons. Um, and there are different flavors of hideouts, and you can earn a lot of this stuff just by completing quests, or you can purchase them. You can buy customizable cursors. A lot of these I have no interest in, but here's an example. Most likely, that person here bought that effect. And when you buy a cosmetic for a particular item, you can select it and then you can select that effect. So maybe that's his chest piece. So he would click that and then he would select wings. And there also may be ways of earning some of these appearances without buying them, like if you complete a seasonal challenge. I don't know that for a fact. Uh, okay, so we got our fireball, we got our surge, and we got our raised zombies. We got this medium flask that I'm not going to be able to use until I get to level 3, but that's just going to be here in a little bit. Now, this is a chest piece that I got playing on my other character, and it's got two red sockets that are linked, which means that they would support each other, and then one by itself. Oh, and I got shoes. Now I can come to her. Oop,
Hello. Yes? Yes?
go to her gem tab, and if I hover over it, you see that she sells these gems for one scroll of wisdom. Now, if I knew how to use that darn Path of Build app a little better, I might be able to set the level, and it might advise me on what I should be using at this low level. But I'm just going to see if there's anything I want to use just for the hell of it. Yeah, I've already got my raised skeletons, and the path that I'm picking for this character is called, what is the spec? Poison. It's a poison build. So, poison summon raging spirits. Necromancer, necromancer, and it's It's supposed to be good for clearing maps, aka nightmare dungeons.
Take
Okay,
care.
well, I think that's uh, enough for the town. So we started off on the beach. We got into town. Now we need to do some of the quests that we picked up. Travel to Tidal Island, find the medicine chest.
Greetings.
And I think we go to the coast.
I know that stench, just like my sisters upon the pyre.
I'm adjusting the transparency of the overlay here. I made it a little less I dropped the transparency on it so it's not as distracting. So at the lower levels, it can pay to pick up some of these items just so you can sell them. Okay, so I got that arcane surge after I spent some mana. It showed up upper right hand corner as a buff. So I can raise a maximum of 3 zombies. And as you level up or kill things, your gems level up. So it'll show up over here. And all I have to do is click on it and it'll upgrade the gem to the next level. And the reason it doesn't do it automatically is the gems have level requirements. So it's possible that your gem would level up, and if you level it up and you don't meet the requirements, you can't use that gem anymore. So, but in this case, when it went to level 2, I still meet the requirements for that gem. And the low level fireball, yeah, it requires level 2. Generally, as you level up and use the spend your points, I don't think it's very common that you out level one of your gems, but that's why it prompts you. There are times where you don't want to. So my minions will protect me and fight for me. And as the gems level up, they might get high enough level where I might be able to summon 4. There's also support gems that will increase the number, that'll make them stronger, give you more of them. So my health, I took some damage there, so I'm going to use one of my blasts. And so that gave me health. And then as I kill things, this will recharge. See, it's already full charged. Okay, so I just got another small life flask, and then this drop, a glass shank, and the color of the text will show you the quality of the item. So it's white, so this is just a normal item, and it shows blue, blue, green, and you can see how they're connected. So when we hover over it, it tells you in the right-hand side what this is. Two blues, a green, all linked, and then it tells you what stat it has. 30% increased global critical strike chance. Now, unlike Diablo 4, weapon damage doesn't impact the damage of my skills. My fireball isn't stronger because I get a better staff. I think some of the stats like critical critical strike chance does improve my skills because it says global critical strike. And there's also a local critical strike, which would only go for the damage for that particular weapon. This is the weapon attack. It's just you know, a little bit of spark. Okay, so some of my minions died. You can see up here, oh, another one died. Okay, I picked up another flask.
I need more mana.
Learn is to live. Too much clutter.
Okay, so I leveled up. I got some loot. They're also, you can also portal back to town, but you have to have town portal scrolls, and I haven't gotten any yet. So we're going to use a scroll of wisdom on that ring. So that's going to give me 1 to 4 physical damage on attacks. Now, I'm not hitting things over the head, but that should give me maybe some fire damage on my normal attack, but it'll give me 3 life every time an enemy dies. These books are flavor, lore, tell you the history of the land, this, that, and the other. I generally don't care about lore. Okay, so I leveled up. So now I'm going to get this one plus 10 intelligence. I suck at aiming that fireball. XP bar across the bottom there. Okay, so the chain belt gave me plus 15 to maximum energy shield, and that's this right here. This absorbs damage, and when it drops down, you start taking damage to your life. So talents and gear can make that stronger. So I just turned on show health bars on allies. And I believe the way this should work is this guy's about to die. Yeah. When you summon, it'll replace the guy that's the weakest link. So now all three of them are full health. And just like Diablo, you find waypoints in the world and you can use those to fast travel.
Yes? What little help I can offer?
So now that I'm level 3, I can use that medium mana flask. So it holds more mana, and also when I use it, it will allow me to recover more mana. So the small one is 50 over 3 seconds. This will give me 70 over 3.5. And you can also, there's items that drop that allow you to level up your flasks. So all that stuff that dropped, this is all that I'm getting.
Be well.
So this is an armor scrap, improve the quality of an armor. So, I could use that to increase but generally I think it's best to save those for later.
Hello. Be well.
So that map fragment, oh, 5 scraps give me a scroll of wisdom. Okay, so this is a gem that I got. It's a frost blank, but I'm not level 4. But if I remember to put it in, I'll put it in when I get level 4 here shortly. Oh, when you teleport, when you come back in here, it gave me a buff that I can't be hurt as long as I don't move for like 60 seconds. That way, if you go to teleport, go refill your drink and you won't get mobs won't kill you. So we need to go to the Tidal Island for this quest. Oh, as mentioned, I think I already said the book is flavor. It'll give you stuff like tell you the history of this island, or that's what I get for chat. Okay, so I died. We can resurrect back in town, or we can resurrect at a checkpoint. I don't know where the checkpoint is, so looks like the checkpoint was where we zoned into the area. Got my first portal scroll. I got a medium mana flask. Got my gems upgraded. So now I have a Frostblink that will jump me ahead a little bit. Does a little bit of AoE damage. I just picked another level of intelligence.
I need more mana.
Used the mana pot there. Oh shit. I'm not paying attention to my health. My drink bottle was sitting, so I couldn't see my health globe. It looks like we killed each other.
Too much clutter.
Okay, so we got the quest item that we needed. That was that medicine chest. This will let us zip back to town, sell some of that crap loot, and then we go back get the rest of it.
I'd almost stopped believing in miracles.
So her quest reward is you get a larger health flask. This will recover 150 life over 3.5 seconds. Or they have this thing called a Quicksilver, which will increase my movement speed. So it's a good, oh shit button. You hit one of those, and that you can outrun people or mobs. But I'm going to go after the larger health. And it looks like we get a gem. Okay, so this is a support gem that will increase the elemental stats on a spell. Underneath it, you see that it'll support Fireball, Frost Blink, and Raise Zombie. So I kind of like that gem. But I think I'm going to go after minions here. But to be able to, so this would be a support gem for, it does the other two as well. Let me read this a little bit. Okay, so what this does, if I would put this in support of my fireball, when I hit with my fireball, it would have a chance to summon a phantasm. If I support my zombies with it, when the minions, yeah, so when the like my minions kill or hit a rare unique enemy, they'll have a chance to summon the phantasm. I believe this is one of the core skills for the build. Maybe. I'm still trying to figure this out. So it looks like the main skill for the build is Summon Raging Spirit. But let's see here. Just do the fireball. Okay, so this item here, which is kind of like a caster shield, protective twig. So I'll move. Well, that's frostblank. I don't want that. So what I did is I put the summon phantasms support gem for my zombies. So this means that when I summon a minion, there's a chance that I'll also summon this. When my minion kills an enemy or hits a rare unique, they have a chance to summon the phantasm minion.
God hasn't abandoned us.
So, you managed it. Got a job for you. Farewell.
So quests can give you gems, skill points, which I think a lot of people say those are the quests that you want to do, is the ones that give you skill points, and items like flasks and such.
What little help I can offer is yours.
Okay, so this doesn't have It has some decent stats. Increase my energy shield, more life, health regen, some fire resistant.
God hasn't abandoned. Hello. Farewell. Yes?
See how she has more things to sell. So it would be kind of cool to get another gem. So here's a support gem that I was mentioning, kind of the type. So if I was able to put this on my fireball, which I can't because it's green. So if I was able to use it, it would give me 2 additional fireballs. And it does 12% less damage per projectile, but because it's still a buff. But I would need this to be green to be able to. Which one was that? Wally support. Yeah. Wow. Look at the XP requirement to get to level 2 is 841. That sounds like a cool support though. 2 additional projectiles, so that would go 1 to 3, and I get fire projectiles from 2 points on either side of me.
Take care.
I kind of want to see that. Okay. Okay, so I think if I use this, oh, so see what it did? It gave me 2 greens and a blue. I want 2 blues and a green. There we go. I got my 2 blues and a green. So fireball, arcane surge.
What little help I can offer is yours. God hasn't abandoned us.
Now I plan on being a summoner, so poison summoner. This was probably a waste of one of those little doodads, but I'll get more. I wanted to try it out because it sounds cool. Uh, oh, I came in on a portal. And I lost my portal. Dang it. It will. And the map reset because I took too long in town. So I don't know what it means by supported skills also fire projectiles from up to 2 points on each side of you. But the three-way fireball is pretty cool. He killed that guy, and that's that phantasm that it summoned.
I need more mana. I'm definitely digging the three fireballs. Sure in heck makes it easier to hit them.
Okay, looks like I fully cleared it.
I think this ray class will serve.
Okay, I'll have to make a decision of which direction I'm going. And maybe I can look at the what the right side offers to see what logically would make sense. I'm gonna pop back to town and just sell off some of this stuff. I also leveled up. This will also look at what gems she has to offer.
What little help I can offer. God hasn't abandoned us. Hello?
I could pick up a mine that would put on the ground.
Take care.
What the mines give me is just a little bit of extra DPS that I can put down in front of me. Wow, I can place up to 15 of these little puppies.
mana.
Decent enough ring. Okay, so I got to. Looks like I have to manually detonate the mines. I'm getting those because they don't pick up a lot of space.
And not before.
There's mines came in handy. I was able to put him down and blow him up as he came across me. Okay, so the path says to go right or left. Actually, I am going to come down this way first because this one will increase my minion damage. So I think we'll end up bouncing back and forth a little bit.
When I'm ready, I'll not support.
Beer bait. I'm filling my drink. Oh, nice. Telepad.
Now that you...
Oh, a Raging Spirit. I believe that's the ability that we want. Wow. 20 Raging Spirits.
Farewell.
Yes? While we live, we are blessed.
I haven't been using the blink much, so I'll
Mm-hmm.
save that where I get inventory item and I can put it in. You got red gems. So there are auras that you can get that give you this always on buff, but it eats into your mana reserve. Okay, still just trying to figure out stuff here.
Be well.
Still trying to get used to these raging spirit guys. Maybe it would help if I enabled enemy life bars. That way maybe I can get a better feel for the DPS that the raging spirits do. So that talent point that I just used increases the damage, but also the duration. So that's why it went from 5 seconds to 5.6. That seems pretty cool. What did I get here? I got Cascade support. Doesn't use any of the things I've got now. Not exactly what that would be used for. I think I dig the Raging Spirits. They seem to do a pretty good job of backing up the zombie squad. Oh, so they don't do damage on their own. It's a 2% damage buff to my minions. Interesting.
Too much clutter. Too much clutter.
There we go. Inventory Tetris.
Hello? Yes? Goodbye.
Okay, well, I think I'm going to take a break. I'll be back later.